The rate NDC. Me who ask me as we rate NDC, I will rate them 0 over 100.
0 over 100.
I will rate them 0 over 100. Why? If look, the NDC, they were using 4 straight propaganda and attacks on NPP. They use it to campaign and get vote. One, all the media, we were aware when they were using Cathedral, saying that the NPP has stole money, even mentioned a big money. Today, it is quite clear, in fact, the Cathedral, no NPP person have stolen 1 Ghana cedi in Cathedral. If because of their even incompetency, because of NDC double standard, today, the NDC is threatened. You can imagine the NDC is threatened to even continue the work of Cathedral. Why people were using Cathedral as a tool of propaganda, that people, we stole money, this guy, yes. You see, they were using Galamsey as a tool of propaganda. To some extent, civil servants, identified groups, clergies, the so-called clergies, to me, demonstration, massive demonstration against NPP to stop Galamsey. Today, it is quite clear that the Galamsey, the NDC 4-year Galamsey, ridiculously.
Of the grounds, in Penifwakasa, you say, what would you name as a chairman? Also, we a penny or party. Assessment, then I work.
The other time, my chair, police station executive of the New Patriotic Party, lateral area coordinators, constituency executive, regional executive, and national executive. The Omasi said that at this moment, no, the entire system region now, they did historical program, a national delegate conference. But we National Delegate Conference, the New Patriotic Party, to strengthen the party, to the indisciplinary party, now anything or pass. As at now, now we have proposal about 56 proposals delegates, approving at least other 1 or 2 be now rejecting. So as me about 54 of the proposals are approved by the National Delegate Conference of the New Patriotic Party.
Okay, Sisi Chairman, na won famom say umbeto efi soro ye beto mpenifo ne na se beto nkwalanda bit say MP4 still na proposal na e ba no approve say ye beto MP4 ne de ye beto presidential before answer na to parliamentary na.
No, sir. Delegate conference we saw presidential election first and no encourage. So presidential election it has already been taken. The decision to elect the flag bearer first has already been decided by the National Council and NEC last 3 weeks ago. So the NEC and National Council will have the mandate to decide when are we going to elect our presidential candidate, and even the venue, this venue that you see, the venue, a NEC and the National Council may choose our venue. So for the election of the flag bearer, from tomorrow, the New Patriotic Party by the General Secretary will be opening nomination. Anybody who is willing, has qualified, a good standing member of the New Patriotic Party can come and pick a form to contest the presidential primaries.
Chairman, young share other aspects of the grounds. Delegates nearby, Omufia Chichi ne Bentre and a buyer. As one way chairman, a foot to Ben on the Bemon, we need to know because Yamo as a media, you will say Yama Mirubi, Akos will get an one. Obviously, Jenny Anjamu, maybe now we're inside already. At the time, the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bamiabano, you will say secret in the gate and person money room. At the same time, you will say, on a walk with Japan on the same issue at the Susi. As well, Vice Chairman, maybe now we're inside that into when you cost to our bounty.
Antina, like I said, the one big problem that is affecting the New Patriotic Party today that is bringing the NDC and Takwa, Mbebloku. It is the presidential election.
Okay.
Sunday, the Timi presidential election, we Timi leader, not party himself. This is our leader. Then all insult, attacks, unnecessary this in Halu Balloon, a bit put to stop. So, minimum canon, as a political party, definitely you encounter such this thing. And if you look at Ken and Baumia, they are good friends.
Yes.
But sometimes the followers create unnecessary tension for the party. But this is why we think if we cannot stop this unnecessary tension, rather we do the presidential election earlier, so that it will prevent all these functions. Because we will not allow functionalism to compromise our victory that we are seriously looking for in 2028. So, I said the bigger picture is to elect the flag bearer first. You elect flag bearer, but now election now any problem.
Okay, Chama, Yambora, the other opposition, other ruling party, NDC, as well national chairman, our NPP, Amenyo Kono. We rate out the moment of almost 6 months in office. We rate out the moment you're saying.
For me, as a politician, I started politics in 1992. As a student politician and an educated politician, what the rate NDC. Me who ask me as we rate NDC, I will rate them 0 over 100.
0 over 100.
I will rate them 0 over 100. Why? If look, the NDC, they were using 4 straight propaganda and attacks on NPP. They use it to campaign and get vote. One, all the media, we were aware when they were using Cathedral, saying that the NPP has stolen money, even mentioned a big money. Today, it is quite clear, in fact, the Cathedral, no NPP person have stolen 1 Ghana cedi in Cathedral. If because of their even incompetency, because of NDC double standard, today the NDC is threatened. You can imagine the NDC is threatened to even continue the work of Cathedral. Why people were using Cathedral as a tool of propaganda, that people we stole money, this guy, you see, they were using Galamsey as a tool of propaganda. To some extent, civil servants, identified groups, clergies, the so-called clergies, to me demonstration, massive demonstration against NPP to stop Galamsey. Today, it is quite clear that the Galamsey, the NDC 4-year Galamsey, ridiculously. To understand today, to say, Attorney General have issued a court order to arrest one of their national organizer and their national third vice chairman, Abanga, because it never happened anywhere in Ghana here. A political party that has been threatened by its own people. You see, so all these things, so propaganda way, free. LGBTQ. And then the media can even testify. I was worried why the media are quiet. Why the media are so quiet? It seems you are not proving your professionalism, the ethics of your work. I'm a journalist person. I attend my development communication. I did my master's in development communication at DIJ. So all the ethics of communication, all the ethics of journalism, I have been part of. I'm a product of journalism. So you journalists, the profession you are to exhibit is to come, see and talk. But look at, let me tell you, today, LGBT, it was clear when we found 2 gentlemen was kissing on the Independence Square.
But government communication said it's AI.
It's not AI. It is a lie. It is clear. It is not AI. But you see, okay, let's take it as AI. But what about when they want to sign, when they want to vote against, like the way we did when they say if you are against LGBT, say yes. Did Ghana are able? Did Ghana or the John Mahama is able to stand boldly to say, I, John Dramani Mahama, are against LGBTQ. No. So that shows that the NDC is incompetent, the NDC are propaganda, they have scammed Ghanaians, So to me, I would rate NDC as 0.
Thank you, Chairman.
You take from the 1954, you come back to 1969, you come back to 1969 to 72. Then in 1979 there was a break, and then they went into political wilderness. They restarted organizing in 1992. They boycotted the parliamentary. They went back to the drawing board 1996. 1998 they went to Sunyani, they organized, and 20,000 they won. Complacency, arrogance, avarice, gross respect for each other did set in. So they went to opposition. They succeeded in organizing 2016, 2017. They came back. So it looks like they are able to organize themselves, marshal their resources, marshal their efforts, and then they'll bounce back to power. But my worry is that anytime they are in power, they tend to forget their past. So you have arrogance, disrespect, greediness, avarice, what have you. And eventually they'll go back into opposition. So I am pretty sure they'll bounce back. I am pretty sure this tradition will bounce back. But my prayer is that when they succeed in coming back, they should make sure that these are things which have militated against our growth. And therefore we should respect each other. We should treat each other as a brother and sister. We should be very careful. We should be mindful of our comments and utterances. Arrogance, we should eschew arrogance. We should eschew avarice. We should eschew complacency and what have you. Anything short of that, this tradition would run this country for so many years to come.
Do you think the constitutional reforms alone are enough to address the
issues? Personally, it has been my position since 2007 that no, among the lot of amendments or recommendations, my position, which has been very consistent, that it should be one man, one vote. Every card-bearing member must be given the opportunity to vote and to be voted for. That card-bearing member must be given the opportunity to vote and to be voted for. So that if you take Ablekuma, for instance, if the NPP is able to get about 40,000, and then you have about 15,000 card-bearing members, it is the 15,000 card-bearing members who are going to elect the constituency executives. They will also take part in the selection of the regional executives. They will also take part in the selection of the parliamentary candidate. 15,000. How are you going to use money to influence them? That is the problem. And people are not prepared to appreciate this problem.
So should we scrap the electoral college?
Oh, for me, we need to. And that has been my position, very consistent from 2007. So exactly what is happening over here, I'm around. But I'll not run away from my position. One man, one vote. Look, imagine yesterday you read in the papers that 2 members of the party are taking the party to court. What?
Ayo nyankopon na dia aseda soro kodema no na yada aye obi asoso a oyi sika asoso edeboa dwumadie yi asoso yaboa yada na asoso because dwumadie bi sei no dia aje adwumaden ani sika ani ede ye to wo soso omu yi sika deboa asoso eda o mase akwan so so afei yesade onyankopon ase say Wama National Executives, National Council, and so at this side, so at the Abaso. The title and so Yanko na 16 regions, 276 constituencies. The party for no at the Abahase. Onyanko Insra Womo, free security so Baba Pim. A party pen for so will be able to ask you. And I said that any of them. And I have back of some Cassia MPP, Yaba, near Babobo, near Ma, your dream set, your G2 a bit in a boy, a party, no, a year 2028. So Mobakai, a year 208. abra yewura na na da kwakufu ado koye na anye ye no sabre no ye koye na anye ye no ye saba ya ye saba ye hyehyeye a sabre na ye chairman fo nko na neto aba enti 208 no ye besia bibi ti sese ye se sete saade a dodo ne kire se wo se bi polling station se ka ho enti nu bi ene na hyehyeye ni bi ene na aba se kwan be so ne betimi afa
unity to the enemy better power now. I don't be between the parliament or be between the parliament.
Former Minister in charge of Agriculture, Honorable Brian Echambo, thank you very much for the support. Again, we also have our own engineer, former General Secretary, Mr. H.E Mahama, also here with us. Our respected elder, Mr. H.E Mahama, is also here with us. We again acknowledge and the efforts, the support, the contribution of the former MP for Central.